What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so it's time for us to jump back into more Marvel comics. And today guys, we're going to jump back into Fear Itself. Now guys, last week we covered Fear Itself, both part 1 and part 2. But today guys, we are going to only cover part 3. Now, next week, we are going to cover both part 4 and 5. But like I said, guys, in today's video, we are only going to cover part 3. Now, guys, also to remember, the reason why we are covering Fear Itself is because we are trying to get back to Brian Michael Bendis Avengers and New Avengers. Now, we stopped because we had to cover this event right here before we jump back into Volume 3 of Avengers and New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and dive into Fear Itself Part 3. Now, we do pick up with the Avengers right now fighting against the forces of the Serpent. Now, gotta remember, the Serpent is this new character right now at this time Marvel Comics, but he's this new character who's basically Asgardian who's attacking the Earth right now. But the thing is though, you have the Serpent tell his forces to go all over the world and just cause havoc. Just cause havoc all over the world. And so right now in Washington, you have a couple of Avengers right now fighting against the forces of the Serpent, who is being led by the daughter of the Red Skull, Sin. Now, guys, we do get like 1, 2, maybe 3 pages of Bucky, who's right now currently Captain America at this point in Marvel Comics, fighting against the daughter of the Red Skull, Sin. Now, we do jump over to Asgard. And the thing is though, guys, we pick up with the younger brother of Thor, Loki. Now guys, remember, at this point in Marvel Comics, Loki is a kid. Loki is not an adult, he's a kid right now. But the thing is though, you have Loki going up to the prison of Thor. Because guys, remember, in our last video, Thor got locked up. Thor went to Odin and basically called Odin a coward for running away from the fight against the Serpent, leaving Earth to defend itself. Thor went up to Odin and said, "You are a coward." And Odin locked Thor up in prison. And so right now you have Loki going to the prison of Thor and just breaking him out. Now, we do jump back over to Earth. And the thing is though, guys, we jump over to Brazil. And the thing is though, guys, remember, in our last video, Hulk, Bruce Banner Hulk, picked up one of the many hammers that crashed down on Earth. Now, guys, remember, these hammers, they all belong to the Serpent. So once you pick up those hammers, yes, you become a godly figure, but you go under the control of the Serpent. And so right now, the Hulk is under the control of the Serpent, and he's just wreaking havoc all over Brazil. Matter of fact, you even have some of the Avengers come up to Hulk trying to hold him off. And you even have Red She-Hulk trying to do the same thing, because the Hulk, Bruce Banner Hulk, is already a powerful character. But now with a hammer that could literally equal the power of Thor, Hulk is a dangerous man right now to have on Earth. Now, we do jump back over to New York. And the thing is though, guys, we pick up with the Fantastic Four. Now, guys, remember, the Fantastic Four are there right now studying a hammer that crashed down into New York. But the thing is though, guys, this hammer has not been claimed by anybody yet. So this hammer is just there. It's just there, and you have Reed Richards trying to study the hammer to get a better understanding on what is going on across the world. The thing is though, you have the Thing go down to the hammer, and he also picks up the hammer. Now, just like Hulk and a bunch of other Marvel characters, the Thing does get turned into a godly being. The thing is though, he's now under the control of the Serpent. And again, the Serpent wants all his people to just wreak havoc across the world. And so you have the Thing who's now under the control of the Serpent just start to wreak havoc across New York, trying to kill his own friends and family. Now, we do jump back over to Asgard. And the thing is though, guys, we pick up with Loki basically kind of giving Thor back to his own friends. Loki leads Thor back to his old friends, and you have Loki, Thor, and his old friends thinking of a game plan to somehow get Thor back to Earth to help Earth out to fight against the Serpent. The thing is though, once you have Loki, Thor, and Thor friends talking to one another, Odin appears right behind all of them because Odin was able to figure out that Loki broke Thor out of prison. Now, you do have Thor and Odin talk to one another once again. But once again though, guys, you have Thor telling Odin that he's a coward. He's a coward for running away from the fight. And right now, they should be down there with the men of Earth fighting against this crazy thing called the Serpent. Now, the thing is though, you have Odin say, you know what? Fine. If you want to fight against the Serpent alongside with those Avengers, then you can go by yourself. You get no help from Asgard. But let me tell you this right here. You have 24 hours. In 24 hours, you have to beat the Serpent. But if you don't do that in 24 hours, I am going to basically destroy Earth. I will destroy Earth to make sure the Serpent does not come up to Asgard. So you have 24 hours to stop the Serpent. Now, to go ahead and wrap up part 3 of Fear Itself, we do jump back over to the Avengers who are fighting against the Daughter of the Red Skull in Washington, D.C. Now, the thing is though, this fight is epic. It's honestly an epic fight because you have Bucky, who's right now currently in Marvel Comics at this point, who is Captain America, telling his people, we just gotta keep fighting. We just gotta keep pushing back because if we don't, she will wreck the world with the rest of her friends. We have to stop her and then go stop the rest of the people across the world who's wreaking havoc. But it all starts here. And so you have Captain America, Bucky fight against the Daughter of the Red Skull, Sin. Now, they do go back and forth because, hey, you gotta kind of draw out this fight scene because it has to be an epic fight. But the thing is though, guys, you're talking about a regular man who might have some enhanced strength fighting against somebody who basically have the strength of Thor right now, who has almost equal power to Thor. And so you have Red Skull, the Daughter of the Red Skull, Sin, just start beating up all over Bucky, Captain America. Just starts beating him up left and right to the point she like rips off one of his arms, throws him away, and she puts a hole right in his chest. Just right in his chest. And you have it look like that Bucky, the old best friend of Steve Rogers, just died right there at the end of part 3. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.